Good afternoon, everyone. Today, and sadly not yesterday, as my internet decided it wasn't participating anymore, I bring you an interesting side. I know this isn't a game, and it certainly isn't a happy topic, but I was watching Markiplier on YouTube, and this was a video he had done in the past. Now, I don't feel the need or desire to emulate any particular YouTubers, but in watching his video and in reviewing the comments, I was shocked at how different people's opinions were. The spectrum was incredible. Today I'll be completing the moral machine. I hope this generates discussion and if nothing else, urges you to go to the MIT website and try it yourself. So let's begin. Start judging. So this has 13 options as you can tell over here. And one of the things I'm going to do is click show description, but there are things I'm going to ignore that a normal human wouldn't know, and there's things I'm going to make sure I understand. So as we click through this, I will identify items I'm considering and items that I'm not considering. So I'm going to click show description for both, and then we'll identify which directions I go. I'm almost positive I know what I would do in the first place. But in this case, the self-driven car has sudden brake failure and is going to drive through a pedestrian crossing. Um, the affected pedestrians are flouting the law by crossing the red signal. So a person would know this. This means I have a green light to drive, or my automatic vehicle, I suppose, and these people should not be crossing the road. So it says things that I'm not going to consider because there's no way that I would know. We're still human in part. Things like a female executive. I have no idea this woman's an executive, or so that's on both sides. An elderly woman, you can tell an age of a person, but a large man, a female athlete. I don't care if a person is fat or skinny. So it really means nothing, and it won't in any of the future ones. What I really am looking at right now is while they are breaking the law potentially. Um, it's 5 lives. I cannot count, you know, but what would ultimately be, I'm guessing that I would be the female executive driving this vehicle in this case, because I'm putting myself in the car. 2 lives don't typically outweigh 5 lives. It's sad, it's unfortunate, and these people should, of course, be prosecuted after the fact, but I'm definitely going to click that 2 should die over 5. This is already rough. So showing description both times. I'm gonna rely. So app brake failure and will swerve and crash, or it won't swerve. So it looks like they're allowed to be crossing this time, so that's nice. The people in the car are a male and a male, and the people outside are a female and a female. I'm going to always try and imagine that the people in the car, in this case, one of them is me. Because otherwise, what is my involvement in this? I guess it could be a jury after the fact or something like that. So really, this is me and a friend of mine. And if I look at it, I get maybe I'm the heavier guy. I'll take it for this one. Working on that. But for now, I'll be the heavier dude, and maybe my buddy's a doctor, I guess. Um, Almost all of my friends, I could look them in the eyes and say, "I'm sorry, man. Goodbye." You know what I mean? In that moment, there's very few friends that I would think would go, "No, my life's more important than these 2 people crossing the road," especially since it doesn't show a red light signaling that they shouldn't be crossing at this point. So yeah, again, car crash. All right. So this is where people don't like me, and I'm going to still show the description so that people know what I'm talking about when I say this. But it says, note that the affected pedestrians are flouting the law. In this case, it's simple to me. You have 2 people, and you have 2 people. I don't care really about the age so much as I do that you have 2 people that are breaking the law, and you have 2 people that are going to die. Now, in this case, an argument could also be made. Now, this isn't really how I think, but I could understand it. You would also want these to live because 2 boys can grow up and still have a future, whereas these people have, at least to a degree, lived their life. One of these individuals much more than the other 3. Um, Nonetheless, at a 2 for 2, the law definitely is going to overweigh me, and that's a harsh reality of how I live. But I'm definitely going to say, keep these 2 alive. And I'm sorry, it said don't cross, and you did. So What should the self-driving car do? This is way harder than I thought it was going to be. So there's no death in this case in the car. Oh, this is a lot easier. Sorry, PETA and everyone else. Um, uh, these are animals. I'm sorry. And I could think of so many people that are sad and frustrated with what I'm about to say, but if you're willing to say that these three animals, who maybe these two cats, they belong to a family, and this puppy just got born, or not puppy, but this dog has been known since he was a puppy in the house, and he's going home to his owner, who's got physical deformities or mental problems or some kind of anxiety issues. You pick it, and he is what helps bring that family together. Sorry, you cannot tell me that those three animals are worth any of these lives. A criminal, a girl, or a female, which how are we supposed to know it's a criminal? How are we supposed to know that the female's an executive? Maybe the child's going to grow up to be a scientist. You know what I mean? Maybe that child's just going to grow up to be another Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian still brings joy to people's lives, not my own particularly, but to somebody's. So I can't see for a second why you could logically say that these three animals outweigh even one of these lives. So bye bye animals. Okay, so again, nobody's in either of the vehicles, so we're starting off kind of rough. This is definitely taking a turn for harder. Okay, so the one on the right is breaking the law, and the one on the left is abiding by the law. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. Oh, man. That's rough. Okay, so there's, I mean, dang. Is a life worth obeying the law? So, let me break down why I'm about to do what I'm going to do. You have 4 people on the right who are supposed to be crossing the road, and you have 5 people on the left who are not. The reason I am going to say you actually have at least 5 lives on the right is because the person who created the program for the car that's driving right now is forever going to know that people died that shouldn't have died. Does this car go to the lane that legally is supposed to? I'm not even assuming that there's vehicles down here. You know what I mean? Because this is based on American driving. So we're assuming that this white line is maybe both of them are a one-way. I don't know. It doesn't make sense because then why are these so spread that way? I'm not even assuming there's cars down here. The engineer that took the time to program all this stuff, and potentially a whole team, we're gonna have to wake up in the morning and go, you know what, my car killed 4 people doing the right thing, or my car killed 5 people, but they shouldn't have been there. No way. No way do people go through that. No way. Alright. What should the car do? Shouldn't be crossing or crossing. Man, woman, executive, criminal, homeless person, and a woman. Okay. Flouting the law. This is easy. Sorry. Same thing. Do you wake up in the morning and go, I made a car that killed innocent people, or do I made a car that killed people that shouldn't have been there? Boop. Flouting the law. Okay, 3-3. Oh, is this oh, wait a second. Okay, there's women in the car and there's men on the road. I get it. I already know what I'm gonna say. Hopefully people don't say I'm sexist. They're abiding by the law. I guess I'm gonna be. I want to be in the back this time. I don't want to. You know what? I'm an executive today. I'm an executive, even though I'm by my back. So maybe I was kind of rude at lunch, and I'm kind of being snotty still. Guys, we've lived our lives. It's 2-3 because I'm considering their lives of more value than mine. Boop. Okay, what should the self-driving car do? Oh man. So the woman is crossing the street legally, and there's 4 in the car. Oh man, this goes against like everything I've said so far, is what my knee-jerk reaction is. I think I would want the car to measure 4 lives is greater than 1 life over the law. There's a point when there's 4 lives in there, even if one of them's mine. You cut out me, and you still have 1, 2, 3 people in there. The rest of their lives, they need to know that whoever owns the vehicle is the reason that it did this, and maybe that person shouldn't be held liable, because there has to be some kind of last-minute decision rule thing. Or maybe me as the engineer now, it's not my fault this one woman is dead, but 4 lives to 1? No way. I'm sorry. I'll tell the family that it's my fault that she's dead, but 4 lives to 1 doing the right thing. Man, I don't even want to click description on that. I can read it. She should be walking. Yeah, I'm clicking it. We gotta move on. That's hard. Okay. It's not even a competition. People or animals? Animals. That sucks, man. Okay, good. This one we get a cheaterino. Flouting the law or abiding by the law. Note the affected pedestrians are flouting the law. I don't care that one is a regular man and one is a large man. You can't tell me that a fat person can't get skinny. You can't tell me that a regular person can't become athlete. Genetics cut out. Everyone is pretty darn equal on the capability scale, at least in America, which is what this is based on. They're driving on the right, and I'm American, so that's what I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? It's MIT.edu. It says EN. Potentially that means America. Sorry, athletes, don't break the law. Whew, this is kind of stressful. All right, self-driving car. It's elderly versus young in this case. It's harsh reality, but these 3 people have canes. They might all be non-smokers, non-drinking, living in their 70s, that have all just had a similar issue previously, or they got hit by a car and lived, and that's the only reason they have canes. They might live another 30 to 40 years. And people on the right, who knows, maybe they drink, they smoke, and they do drugs, and you know what? They got about 10 to 15 years left on them. I'm sorry. The elderly have lived. And in this situation, when the car is veering out of control and no one is in it and someone's got to go, it's got to be those that you can at least say, you know what, they've lived. They've done what they came to do, and if they didn't, these 3 should be able to move on with that burden. Okay, we've got a vehicle with 5 people. We've got people in the road, 5 people. Math adds up, bros. Affected pedestrians are flouting the law. I don't have to sit here long. Sorry. Flouting the law. You cannot run in front of moving vehicles. We should teach our children this. Now, last. 5 people versus 5 people. I'm counting. Get ready for all the angry justiceers out there, but I'm counting 5.5 to 6. That right there is a pregnant woman on the road. So I'm counting myself as one of the people in the car. I'm counting 5.5 to 6, and I'm counting 6 on the bottom. Come at me, internet. That is a 4 to 6 spread. They're supposed to be crossing the road. I don't care who. Oh, one's a doctor. I have no idea about that. But that woman's pregnant. It's visible. Just because a person has a briefcase doesn't mean they're a doctor or an executive. They could be anything. They could be carrying a bomb. They could be carrying the football for the president. No one knows. But that woman is clearly pregnant. And I know that I can say goodbye to everyone in the car, and it feels terrible, but I would. I'm crashing myself. Okay. Whew. So here we have the results. This is gonna been an adventure. Okay. So the most saved character was a heavy person, and most killed character was homeless. Well, That's incredibly disappointing. That's definitely not something I considered, but I mean, okay. So saving more lives to me matters slightly less than others, I guess. I felt like I was pretty on point with my person counter, but okay. Protecting passengers. Yeah, that's less to me than other because I'm counting myself as part of the passenger. So upholding the law, yeah, that's a big deal. Absolutely. So avoiding intervention, swerving versus not swerving. I guess that's a thing that again wasn't really something I considered. Gender preference. I get I like women more than men. Another thing I didn't didn't consider at all. Humans. Humans, I will always vote for over animals. The lives just outweigh, and there are people that I don't consider human that will do terrible things to animals, and I would vote that they are not human and therefore their lives are worth less than pets. But those individuals are on an individual basis, and humans are always worth more than pets. We can get more pets. Pets will not further science and society, but people will. Humans will. Age preference, I guess, younger matters more than old. Yeah, in that one category in particular, because the rest of them I didn't consider it, but that one in particular, that really mattered to me. Fitness preference, I guess I like heavies over skinny people. I hadn't considered that at all. And again, social value preference, higher social preference is worth more important to me than people from Touch of Modern email. Nice. And a YouTube video. But anyway, go NASA. This has been incredibly interesting, and while there were things that I think it expects us to consider that for my purpose I wasn't considering, it is interesting. And who knows, maybe at some point in the future I'll take this test again. You know what, I'll even bookmark it. And I'll consider all the evidence. Something like if every human was computer chipped, would we then know all this information? Would the computer be able to pull from some universal database? And someone in Australia driving down the road would have all the information from someone who maybe one of those people came from America, and one person came from Africa, and one person came from, South Korea. Who knows? So maybe take the test again. I encourage others, obviously, to take the test. This is incredibly interesting. But, yeah. All right. Well, it's been an interesting experiment, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed taking it with a little bit of precaution that I realized it was going to be sensitive, but whatever. Click like if you liked it. If not, click like for the betterment of humankind. How about that? Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, little monsters.